Bradford. Today, Gary, say hello to our one fan.
Hello, one fan. That's me. So have we got anyone watching?
No, bye. But no, Gary, yeah, thanks for joining us again.
No worries.
I did promise the communities that were this video is going out on. The sun suddenly shined. There you go.
Yeah,
Bring the
looking
light
good in
out
the
for you,
light.
mate. Bring the
Yeah.
light out. So obviously we're running, we're working together,
Yeah.
helping you with Google Ads
15
you,
months now, Pete.
yeah, technically it's
Flying
a little
by.
bit longer than that because obviously you did the program before that, and obviously
Yes.
we've been in touch with about 24 months, 26 months thereabouts.
Yeah.
But we've actually been working with you, 15 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously skip forward because we get a lot of calls from agents that are looking at Google Ads and they think it's the silver bullet, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously, it is a long-term or medium to long-term plan.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been helping you generate leads. Now, then it's all a case of, and obviously, in terms of numbers and stuff, obviously reflective now, looking back and going, like, what's happened over the last 15 months? What's happened,
Yeah.
Gary?
We had a count up. So we've had 350, which has resulted in 12 instructions. And with our average fee, that's resulted in just over £52,000 worth of, instructed business, which, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Happy
Yeah,
with that. But then, like we've said before, you've got all that are in the system that we use. We use Lifecycle, so
yeah,
they get put on an initial journey where they get a couple of bits of content, and then they get a newsletter every month. I mean, the thing that always amazes me about the ones that aren't converted is when you look through, you can see who's looking at your content and they don't want any marketing. So all these other people are sitting there and waiting in the wings for me to go and take the house on the market. They've just got to sort of drop at the right time. So as long as you're sort of marketing to those, that database of Valpal leads that we've got, they'll start to drop. They'll start to come in and hopefully use us.
So how long have you been using Lifecycle for now?
Probably for.
It's got to be since we started together.
Probably a similar sort of time, I would say.
15, 16 months.
Probably not quite as long, but well over a year. Yeah.
I know we had I know we went, obviously, because lead follow-up is, one of the, the things that, obviously, because, selling a house, everyone knows, every agent knows that, but they don't want to hear it. But, the true fact is that it takes many months for someone to actually decide whether they're going to put the house on the market or not.
Yeah, well, the leads we get, I mean, again, when you look around as an agent, you try and where's that silver bullet? What's going to get me, busy? What's going to get me loads of instructions? And I initially thought, we'll do this, and we'll get loads of instructions. And in hindsight, it doesn't work like that. You still have to work the leads that come in. The great thing, the synergy between what you do and then Lifecycle works very well because. You bring the leads in, they go into the system, and then they get content sent to them on a regular basis. Which, even if I don't pick the phone up and speak to them, which I'm busy, sometimes I don't always get the chance to sort of pick the phone up when that lead comes in, have that initial sort of chat with them. I know in the background they're still getting marketed to minimum sort of once, twice a month with various bits of content. And like I said to you before, it's just it always amazes me. You get some inquiries that come in about a particular house or whatever, and then they'll unsubscribe from your sort of monthly newsletter. But the Valpal leads never do. They're there. They're looking. They're obviously people that are interested in moving home at some point. It's just being there in front of them when they decide to make that decision, which is what Lifecycle will do. That will, push bits of content out, do various blogs, sort of 1 or 2 a month that are specific to, get moving in summer 23, that sort of thing that can go out to them. And, that sometimes generates people to give you a call and go out and value houses. So, it works well.
Yeah, it's a long, like I say, we get many conversations with clients that want the silver bullet. It's not a silver bullet. Google.
No.
Any marketing is not a silver bullet. It's not as if we're selling pens and paper and holidays or something where there's a just definitive time scale involved.
Well, you don't know, do you? Someone might be thinking of moving, and actually something happens, and then they put it on the shelf for a year or so. I mean, the current market at the moment, I think there's probably a bit of uncertainty out there with some people if they're thinking of moving, you know, interest rates going up, stuff like that. So there will be a lot of people there sitting on the fence. But, you know, as long as we're sort of drip feeding them content through and we're keeping in touch with them, when they do decide to make that move, you know, we're going to be here for them to help them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that. Is there anything that you would sort of, I mean, obviously we could talk about lessons and stuff like that in the whole mean of things, but obviously, like you've already identified before we went live. Yes.
I think I've used Valpow in the past, and we ran it through more of a Facebook ad, and the quality of leads were, and I did it myself, so you know, I'm not proclaimed to be some Facebook guru, but some of the Valpow leads that came from that weren't that great. You know, you got the local chip shop number in there and dodgy addresses and stuff like that. I think what you find with the Google ads, and obviously this is something that you do, you know, is specifically pinpointing people that are in the market to be moving. So your ads getting marketed to those people. So the ones that do come through, they always are an address. You know, it's a genuine, it looks like a genuine phone number, email, that sort of thing. You know, you don't get many bounce backs. So the quality of lead, I feel, is particularly good from the way that you do it through the Google ads. It's being specific about who you're marketed to, not going to suddenly, you know, right, let's go and spend £1,000 a month on Google ads and just get someone calling you because they want to buy a house or they want to rent a house or whatever it may be. They are specific people that are looking to move, and you can track you can track some of them as well. You know, when I've looked back through that, you know, we're not going to convert everyone, and I know there's a couple that have come in that, you know, I've either spoken to or I've noticed a house go on the market with another agent. You know, it does happen. But you know, but that's still a serious lead. You know, they've gone on to do something. I mean, the ones we've converted, that's 12 instructions that we probably wouldn't have had if we hadn't have done the Google ads.
I mean, obviously having Lifecycle, how many staff members is that covering, salary wise and time and stuff like that? How many negs would you need in place?
Lifecycle at minimum does a negs job. You know, in terms of contact. It means that it does a lot of the lifting work for you, which is what you want. You know, I just put the icing on the cake at the end of it.